I applaud you if you're already doing all of these things. These are just some tips and tricks and things that I tried to focus on in order to keep myself on track with my investing, which is pretty much a big priority for me. So I want to make sure that I'm finding the money and including that in my budget. So first is you have to sit down and track your expenses. Track your expenses for 1 or 2 months to really get a handle on how much you're spending on certain things, how much your fixed expenses are, variable expenses are, how much you're eating out, how much entertainment, how much you need for everything. I definitely don't want you to feel like I'm someone here promoting depriving yourself, but taking a look at everything, you have to make a choice. Is this how I want to spend my money, or can I make some cuts and changes in order to have more money for saving if you need to, or investing? So, number one, track those expenses. It's going to be more tedious to do it for that 1 or 2 months and get a handle on it, but then you can move on to making changes and then really creating the budget to say, this is what the max is going to be for these certain items. And my budget, there are definitely changes throughout the year, throughout different months, but I'm ready for it and I have a handle on it. I have definitely have fluctuations with medical expenses. Like right now, we're in August, so I don't pay my oil bill in August. I have 2 months, I pay my oil bill for 10 months out of the year. I get 2 months off. And I know during those 2 months, I'm not paying the oil bill, but my water bill and my electric bill are going to be higher because, I'm out watering the garden, probably taking more showers because it's hot outside. The air conditioning is running. We're home more, watching TV and stuff. The kids come over, hang out and stuff like that. So the electric bill is going to be higher, but I get a 2-month break from the oil bill. So it kind of balances out. Tracking your expenses is really what's going to be the first step to show you, is there anything that can come out of the budget? Is there anything that can be lowered? Or is there something in here that can be completely eliminated? And this is all based on what you're willing to do and what your goals are. I wish I had the mindset that I have today, even 5 or 10 years ago, because I didn't grow up seeing or thinking that I had a choice other than to work until I was in my 60s. I definitely probably left opportunities that I could have bought more real estate when things in my area, multifamilies in my area, were a price that I could manage and probably get a loan for, but just didn't have the mindset, didn't have people around me to encourage me, and I just didn't see this for me. I saw it for other people. But now there's nothing that I don't see as an option for me, for my family. We can do it too, whatever it is. So track those expenses, get the budget together, and hopefully find places that you can tighten up in order to make money if you want to have money for investing. Another huge thing that I did in order to relieve stress and get me to a better place so that I'm not battling debt and trying to think about how can I learn more about investing or trading when I have debt that needs to be taken care of. So I had to prioritize that. And I talked about this in a video that I did about credit cards, where I have credit cards. I have Citibank, Bank of America, and Chase. And what I did for a time period was, I know it's hard. It turns my stomach to think of, when you have to sit down and write down those balances and the interest rate, but you have to face it and tackle it. And what I did was I was moving my balances from card to card and trying to take advantage of the lower interest rates. So I had two Bank of America cards. If I didn't say that before, I had two Bank of America, one Chase, and a Citibank. And those were the main cards that I was using to move my balances around. There is a fee, usually about maybe 4% in order to move the balance, but I had to figure out the numbers and see, is it worth me paying this 4% fee to move my balance there and then potentially get a year and a half or whatever the promotion was of a low interest rate, say 1.99, or sometimes even 0, so that I can focus on paying down the balance and not be battling the interest at the same time. So I got that under control and focus on saving. So some other tips related to the budget that I have are cooking at home, packing your lunch, making your coffee. Sometimes I don't particularly like the coffee at my job, so sometimes I would pack my creamer, bring my coffee pod because there is a Keurig machine, make my coffee that way. I know some people don't think that's real coffee, but I can get by with it, and it tastes better to me than I need the flavor is my issue. So as long as I'm able to just, give myself the flavor, that feeling, that nice hot cup of coffee in the morning, I can get by. And it saves me time and money of stopping at Dunkin' Donuts or wherever to be spending money on that. And meal prepping, bringing things with you as much as possible, definitely going to help. Making a shopping list to keep you on track at the supermarket. I usually have to do more than one store to get everything that I need because my supermarket that I use is kind of like a warehouse kind of a supermarket where you might not find the exact item that you want. They might have dish detergent, but not the brand that you want. I pretty much go there for the necessities, the fruits, vegetables, meats, and things like that. Some packaged products, but I always have to then go to another store for the detergent and the paper towels and other things. So I usually do that like at BJ's or Walmart, Target, something like that. But what I do, and I think this could be a tip for some people, is for time savings as well as cost savings, I do a curbside pickup. And why I feel like this saves me money is that when you go into the store, sometimes you pick up other things, but when you do your order, you're going to keep it to, I want the paper towels, the mouthwash, what you really intended to get, not you're picking up random things and just adding to your bill unintentionally. Really, if you do your order online, then you know that you're getting the things that you actually need, and you may be able to skip some of the wants. Another thing that's been helpful to me is using automation, but you have to know yourself. If you're going to forget, if you're going to skip doing your investments, putting your amounts to savings, then automate your bills so that you're not ever late on your bills, automate your saving, automate your investing, set the goals and move forward and make sure that you're able to achieve them. So as I was saying earlier in the video, I wish I had the mindset that I have today years ago. Many opportunities passed me by, but now all I can do is move forward. And as I tell people often, one of my favorite quotes, as we learn and we know better, do better. And now I have different priorities. I know what I want for the future, and I feel that I'm doing the best that I can to achieve it. And I feel that I'm surrounded with people that have the same mindset, that are encouraging. So I encourage you to live within your means. Hopefully you can do that and not feel deprived, and save and get yourself out of debt. But, it might be a time of sacrifice before you can really get to the other side where you can look back and say, okay, this year or two or whatever time frame you need of sacrifice and cutting back a little bit, now look what I've achieved. Now look, I don't have this interest rate, this balance with a 21% interest rate. I'm able to now have that off of my back and see a different future for myself. So guys, tomorrow starts a new week. Think about what I said. Maybe there's something in there that you can incorporate and maybe make a change going into the next week. Maybe do some shopping, do some meal prepping, evaluate those credit card balances, see if you have another card where call them up and see if they'll have offers, if they can work with you on a balance transfer. I know it's hard, but we have to look at the numbers, track the expenses, look at the numbers, face the facts if you want to have something different for yourself. I think the things that I mentioned can kind of give you a place where you can make the outline, get on track with freeing up anything that is hindering you from being able to invest or invest more. So thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please hit the like button, subscribe, and check out some of my other videos. Okay, bye.